Hey, what's going on, guys? I hope everyone's doing well and staying safe. This is part two of my Alabaster Girl series by Perrion. Here's the book. Cool cover. And I'm currently on my second read through of the book, and I'm on chapter two, which is The Way of Seduction, right? So this book, this YouTube channel is all about talking about books that really changed my life and my perspective and mindset. And I had to read this book again because it really is revolutionary and innovative. And, if you're interested at all in, improving yourself with the opposite sex, and this book can be for women too. This book, it gets into the psychology of men and women, and the way they operate, the social um, challenges they have to overcome. And so it's really a book about for everyone. And it's hard to describe, to categorize it. It's not really like a dating pickup book. It's not like here's how to be a pickup artist, or Zan's really not a pickup artist. So chapter two is the way of seduction. And seduction, the word seduction usually gets a bad rap, especially today. A lot of people think that seduction means, oh, it's a guy going out there and manipulating women, or he's taking advantage of them. He's just trying to get in their pants. But Zan describes the word seduction as it's a beautiful word. It's a beautiful concept, right? It's pretty much a concept of, some people, like most people, they want to be seduced, right? Men and women. They both want to be seduced. It's a great feeling to have someone else lead you through an emotional, spiritual connection, right? Where they take you into like an unfamiliar land, so to speak, So seduction really is a beautiful thing, and this book really highlights that, especially this chapter. I mean, it's called The Way of Seduction. Sorry for it's really windy out. So this chapter is really all about the whole concept of seduction and what kind of seduction is effective for a man that is looking to become better with women. And it also talks about different a certain mindset that you should have that is optimal for improving your life, your dating life, and your romance life, right? So a few of the concepts I want to talk about, there's a few of them, and the first one is, and I quote, a man falls in love with his eyes. A woman falls in love with her ears, right? And, some of you already might have known that, and that's cool. And, but it's, for someone that's trying to get better with women, and they're at ground zero, that's a powerful concept, because a lot of guys, they think that women think like them. Like they think that, oh, I'm not good looking enough, or I don't have this, or I don't have that, so I don't have a chance. I'm just gonna settle for the first person that can tolerate me, and that'll be it. But this whole concept it's great because it provides hope, and it provides a way for you to improve yourself, because if you understand that men are predominantly visual creatures. That's true. It's a fact. It's a biological fact. And I don't want to get into like why that's the case. There's a lot of science behind it. We're seeking the fittest partner we could find, waist to hip ratio, and fitness to have children. But men are strictly visual creatures, and listen, this is a generalization, of course. This book, there's a lot of generalizations. I am aware that not everyone is like this, but for the most part, women respond with words, right? When the way a man talks to them, the way a man makes them feel, right? The emotions he gives her, right? This is what he means by they respond with their ears. It's all about what you say more than what you're wearing or how you look. Now, don't get me wrong, this is not an excuse for, to like let yourself go or not care about your appearance at all, right? But this is a cool concept that I learned and really helped me, because if you improve, certain aspects of your life, then you'll increase your chances of having a more fulfilling love life and a more fulfilling dating life. So that's a really cool concept that was in the book on chapter 2. The next thing that's talked about is this is huge, right? So women, especially today with today's climate, with like MGTOW, which is nothing wrong with MGTOW, but there's the feminists, then MGTOW, and there's a lot of bitterness especially on YouTube, on the internet, right? There's men's groups, there's women's groups, and there's, and there's a lot of bitter people out there on both sides, right? And I have to admit that I fell into that trap. Before I read this book, it's really easy to get bitter towards women, especially when you're not having success like you want to have, or you're not, getting treated like you want to be treated, or it's really easy just to say, you know what, screw this. I'm not, I'm done with women. I'm just going to do my own thing. I'm going to ignore them. I'm going to, go my own way. And it's really, really easy to do that. But the thing is, and this book highlights, that that's not a good way to go about life. It's not healthy. It's not natural, right? So if you were to say, screw this, I'm not, trying to, chase women, or I'm not trying to, have a girlfriend or go out there and try to meet new people. It's very dangerous, because that's going to lead to a dark place, guys. A very, very dark place. And one of the key concepts that Zan highlights in his book is that women are, here's the quote, right? Women are inherently generous to men who love women. Women want men to succeed, right? So what that really means is that women are going to treat you the way you show up in life, right? So if you come off as very standoffish, if you're like, trying to seem like you're indifferent, or you ignore them, you're going to get that same treatment from them, and you're not going to, it's not going to lead anywhere. You're just going to be a lonely man or woman, in your apartment, in your house, and it's going to be a very lonely life. You're not going to have many friends, right? So there's a way to view, there's a different perspective that you have to keep in mind, a different mindset, right? If you were the opposite of that, if you were more generous and more, friendly, and you weren't judgmental to women, and especially for me, you don't take things personally, right? Like if you were in a bar, or if you were, doing online dating, and things didn't work out, the wrong thing to do would be, oh, you know what, it's her loss, I'm the prize, screw her. That's the wrong way to look at life, guys. And this book helped me, because that's how I was before I developed that mindset of, what, we're all in this together, we're all on the same team. Just because a woman doesn't like me for my looks or my personality, or the way I talk to them, doesn't mean that they're my enemy, or doesn't mean that I have to hate them or be bitter or jaded, right? And and it's funny, it's kind of like paradoxical. When you have that mindset, then you have more success with women in dating, because they can pick up on that energy you have, right? They'll pick up on like, oh, you know what, I'm not interested in him, but he's a cool guy. I like him. I'm gonna introduce my friend to him, and I'm gonna see if he likes her. So they'll help you, guys. That's what I'm trying to say. That's the point of this. Is I'm trying to say that women will help you when you're kind and respectful, and not like in a nice guy way. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying to be a pushover. But I'm just saying you have to fight that urge to be bitter and resentful, because it's going to lead to a dark place. Anyway, I'm talking in circles here. The next thing I want to talk about is, here's another quote from the book, right? This is another thing that men don't understand. It's not men against women, it's the two of them against the world, which I love that quote because it really sums up the problem that I think is going on in our generation, in our dating lives. You know, there's like, it's not men versus women. Like women aren't out to, you know, be mean to you. Or I mean, listen, there's a small population of women that are mean because they just want to be, and I'm not talking about them. They shouldn't be in your life anyway, right? So the way I see it, you know, thanks to this book, is I see women now more as like, we're on the same team. You know, they might not like me, they might not want to have sex with me, but you know what? We're all going to collaborate together. We're all going to work together because it's us against the world, right? So that's a very powerful concept to really keep in mind. Okay. And that's really it for this chapter, guys. That's like my biggest takeaway from reading this chapter. Like I said, this is my perspective on the book. This is what I feel like I've learned from the book. I hope that it helped you guys. Comment below if this resonated with you, if you like what I had to say today. If the video helped you at all, please consider subscribing. And I'm going to make more parts of this video for this book coming in a few days. The chapters coming up are really, really good. You'll learn more about the men and women dynamics, it's psychology, it's fascinating stuff. So comment below, let me know what you think, and I'll talk to you in a few days. See ya.